Hey gang, in this video you're gonna learn about the fundamentals of IT. Hey gang, it's Ron from ITMasterKey.com, and my job is to help each and every one of you guys get certified. So let's talk about the fundamentals. So when I say fundamentals, you're probably thinking something that's easy, something that you can skip. What's an operating system? What is the internet? Trust me, the fundamentals of IT are way more complex than that. So the ITF Plus is the first certification that the students in the Zero to IT Hero program knock out. And let's just see if this would be a good certification for you. I would recommend the ITF Plus exam for the following people. If you're a true beginner, I would define a true beginner as someone who has never taken an exam and has zero experience. If you work in tech, but you have never taken a cert, or if you're just curious, if you're trying to see if IT is for you, this certification can give you clarity on making a decision to work in tech. The ITF Plus is basically a great starting point for anybody that's looking to get into tech, that's looking to get into IT. So let's go over a few more strong suits or points about the ITF Plus certification. So the ITF Plus shows you, it's like a pre-career certification, right? It kind of shows you, is this for me? And if it is for me, which direction should I go in? Because the ITF Plus covers so many different aspects and areas of IT, you'll kind of be able to narrow down, okay, I like networking, or I like cybersecurity, or you'll just see like, I don't like any of this stuff and I don't want to do it. That's kind of what the certification is geared towards. The ITF Plus is also the only certification that's going to cover all the foundational stuff of every different technology that you will come across in IT. So you're literally gonna get a little bit of everything that's IT. So the actual exam itself is 60 minutes long, and you're gonna get a maximum of 75 questions. 60 minutes, 75 questions, pass it, bada boom, bada bing, you'll know if tech is for you. The exam covers some invaluable skills such as the following. You're gonna be well versed in IT terminology, IT infrastructure, IT applications, IT software development, IT database management, and IT security. So right now we're going to go through some actual practice questions to get you a little bit more well versed, just to see where you are now and where you want to get to. So I would strongly recommend that if you get any of these wrong, have to second guess yourself on any of these questions, that you strongly think about getting the ITF Plus, or at least studying for the ITF Plus, just to see where you are, just to make sure that you don't bite off more than that you can chew on a more difficult exam. So this question is going to be directly from the IT terminology portion of the certification. Which of the following would be considered a notional system? Binary, hexadecimal, decimal, duplication, or subversion? The different notional systems that you're going to find on the exam are going to be binary, hexadecimal, and decimal. So let's break those down a little bit more. Binary is a number expressed in the base 2 numeral system, or simply referred to as the binary system. This system uses only 2 symbols, usually zeros and ones. The zeros and ones in binary represent off and on. Hexadecimal is a positional system that represents numbers using a base of 16, used primarily in physical device addressing. The decimal system is a system that you're most likely most familiar with. This version can be an example of how much is a pack of gum? 0.99 cent, 99 cent. See the decimal? That's similar to how storage space on a hard drive is represented as well. Warning, listen, no, just listen, shut up, just listen. I know what you're thinking. Fuck, there's math on this test. There's no way I'm gonna pass it. Truth is, yeah, it's math on the test, but it's very minimal. That is not gonna be the reason that you failed the exam, so don't let a little bit of math scare you off from taking the certification. Now that we done got rid of your bubble guts, let's get into the second type of question that you're going to get, and we're going to take this out of the infrastructure portion of the exam. Blank is the networking capability that allows information to be sent and received from objects and devices, such as fixtures and kitchen appliances, using the internet. Are we talking about DSL, IoT, port fusion, or HTTPS version 3.1? So gang, this is talking about IoT, or Internet of Things. So that's the first acronym that we've run across so far, and that is one of the biggest things on the exam. You need to know what the acronyms stand for and what they do. Simply put, your washing machine is smart. Your cell phone is smart. Your TV is smart. Your refrigerator is smart, right? All of these things are connected on the internet. They're connected to the internet, and they're connected to each other via the internet. The Internet of Things literally just means that everything that is connected to the internet, which is almost everything nowadays. All right, the next question is going to be from the application portion of the exam. A blank file system that contains its own recovery capability in the event of a failure. The information about the changes is recorded in a separate log before the indexes to the file are updated. Do we think the answer is journaling, reactive, proactive, formatted, or valid? The answer to this is journaling. And the most common example of journaling would be the NTFS file system that's used in Windows. The New Technology File System, or NTFS, is a Microsoft's default journaling system for Windows and Windows Server. It uses log files and checkpoint information to restore the stable values of a file system after a restart. If you haven't done so yet, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you're not a part of the membership, make sure that you join so you can continue to watch videos just like this, because pretty soon videos and training like this are going to be exclusive to channel members only. Let's get into the next domain of the certification. Now we're going to dive into software development. Blank are names given to computer memory locations in order to store data in a program. Are these constants, variables, arrangements, or sectors? So this answer is going to be variables, and the question literally gave you the answer. That's another thing that the students in the Zero to IT Hero program are proficient at, right? The repetition from the program, the repetition from learning actually allows them to knock out these types of questions in a matter of seconds, because literally the question is giving you the answer. The next question is going to come from the database fundamentals portion of the exam. Jenny is currently creating major output of data. She hopes this data can help her and others to back up or duplicate said data. What would be the technical term for this? Data redirection, data scaling, data revision, data dump, or data deduplication? So the answer to this is going to be a data dump, and the answer to the question is actually in the question, right? So a data dump is literally just you dumping all of your data, you backing up all your data, you duplicating all your data. It's usually a big amount of data, or all the data that's in a database to be used for later use or to create redundancy, but just to make sure that you have a backup of whatever your main database. Before we get into the next question, I kind of want to give you guys a brief little backstory on why you should listen to me, right? Because you're like, okay, who is this random guy on YouTube? Why should I listen to him and not some random stranger in the comments, right? So I'm Rob from ITMasterKey.com. I've trained over 15,000 students. I have a master's in information technology. I have over 10 certifications, and I help people just like you pass the ITF Plus exam as well as more sophisticated exams, right? So it is completely up to you to listen to somebody in the comments as opposed to your sensei, but it's completely up to you. Hopefully you guys choose the latter, right? As long as you guys get certified is what I'm concerned about. So let's go ahead and get back into the video. The next portion of the exam we're going to talk about is security, right? So this is from the security domain of the exam. I just thought about something. Thinking about security, thinking about integrity, thinking about that type of stuff. One question that may come up is, are these the questions that's going to be in the exam? No, hell no. That would be unethical that somebody with integrity would do, but these are similar, or they are good practice for the real thing, right? If these were the real questions on the exam, you literally wouldn't be learning anything. You would just memorize the answers, go take the exam, and then you would do that for every certification. And when you got into the interview, you would look like a fucking idiot. So we try not to look like a dum-dum. So make sure that as we're going through this, you're actually absorbing the information, okay? Blank confirms the origin and integrity of data. Non-repudiation, hardware soft token, manual override, LTN. So we finished it up with another one that pretty much had the answer in the question, and the answer is going to be non-repudiation, ensuring that the sender and the receiver are exactly who they say they are and the data is intact. So if you got any of these questions wrong, second guessed any of them, or couldn't answer them in the 20 seconds, I would strongly advise that you study up and go ahead and take the ITF Plus exam, or at least study for the exam. If this provided any value to you, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share with 2 of your buddies. Other than that, I'll see you in class.